They are on, I believe, a 6-map winning streak since Snav and Co. have joined out here on this map, but you've obviously never seen the iteration of Fang right here, so replacing Dare today, and they're gonna dare to go right up the ramp and get shut down by Wolfie, but Snav has got some shots back right up the ramp himself, leaving it all down to the young gun who rotates in and has a 1v1.
Yeah, it's all up to Grizz. Been a big impact player for this team. Now he's got a clutch in the pistol round. Snav on the other side of it, when 7 HP, it's no longer ideal. Got to get those dualies activated, but it's Snav instead who picks up the clutch and puts getting info forward for their first round victory. The question was correct with regard to what Paladin said. You know, how is Slum going to shape up against that? I don't know if Ancients felt that we're going to be seeing that conversation teed forward, but I'm excited.
Got this 5-7 on tap, and it's only good to brew up one. The rest of this team is going to be up close and personal for this MP9 that can potentially kick up to find this Opper's head, who is going to be right on the chopping block himself. Marky and Snav are going to be left alone, and potentially Snav going to be cut off at the back here. He is. Grizz already filled one clutch opportunity. It's time for a second, and he is not going to let that go 2 times in a row.
Thankfully, Grizz hits the shot, like I said, and should save the day for the time being. Actually, the eco this time, but yeah, that's why nobody picking up Dia is. I think he took a step back in the competition for the moment.
Well, I mean, breaks are important. I mean, there's a lot of that conversation happening at the top of our scene with obviously JL taking a step back, and it's something that's worth noting. Raw, they have just nuzzled their way right outside of the cave, avoiding the reactionary utility. They're not going to wait long enough. So far pressed into smoke, and now they're going to let it go. Marky going to straight up challenge, but there's 2 players here inside of the cave. It's Montum that is going to actually make the contact initially. Chop gone, trying to fight, and it's Shane that takes his head. Snav all the way in the process, and now Fizz is online. This is going to be scary here. Fang next to Shane and Marky here. That's one hell of a trio that's staring back at you at the server today. I'm not sure that there is very much firepower that can push back against that in North America in general, to be honest with you.
It is a pretty crazy rifling core. I would agree with
like
you
an
on that.
all-star team. Looks like the IGL of Marsborne may get some action early. It's Shane that saw right into Zerby, and now will back up. That exchanged right on. It's the Canadian King that we're having subbing in the server today, and he's wiped away. It's Chop he didn't even see.
Enough utility to actually take this. This is a lot of noise being made. Snav wants to take a fight, and I feel like Viz set up for, you know, no success by all that audio given away. Now they're on the outside looking in, getting info. Should have access to the bomb site here in a moment. So, Marsborne are getting tricky with it.
Boosted up. They have found something that they haven't dare find, but Snap slams down on the rim, and that thing counts for 2 in the paint. Backs up, and he's got 1 more for 3. Snap balling today, 8-3 right now. But don't you forget about who is lying up in the cut. It's the big man. It's the Grizzly Bear that's going to be just tiptoeing. They have yet to get the contact here. But potentially could get the contact onto the barrel of Marky, who just tucks and waits for Snav, who has to finish the project right on. It is now Grizz that is just desperate, toyed with, and now impaired. He can barely even stand for it. A 4K out here for Snav as he continues to stab deep in the heart of every Marsborne fan.
I don't know that they deserve the 3 rounds they have. Grizz is 1v2, really doing a lot of heavy lifting.
Standing on side. Grizz is going to have to stand for way more than 1, but can't the rest of the rotation in. It was just these pistols after all. This is usually the tone of this Ancient. I can think of so many times I've watched different iterations of Snav-led rosters, watching win Fragadelphia events with 2 subs, one of those subs being current Wildcard player Peeping. But, you know, that's an asterisk.
I don't know if it's an asterisk. I'd call it a plus. Gonna show off a little bit of the prowess that's out there. Actually, nice work to lock down Slump with that AK recoverable. There's at least a chance at this. Unlikely, I would imagine. Thanks here.
I can just line him up right now as the only player that really can actually collect on this. He made with his name on it, but he has too much health right now. Wolfie with the flick, and now Snav is going to have to just hold back way more, but doesn't even have to pull up and shoot. Time enough of a problem here for Marsborne, as getting info is 5 rounds go up on the board for Snav and his squad.
Win a pistol, they lose the follow-up, and since then, 4 rounds.
Man, I mean, what a sense about it. A time to call up this play at an empty A site, and the head
Crazy.
turned by Chop. Excuse me, Grizz, but how much worse can it get? Smoked out of that other side. And with these 4 guns, they may already be considering waving the white flag. Biz gets 1 kill, and now maybe a reason to believe. Now they're going to try and lock horns here, but fighting through the smoke is probably just a little bit too much.
Made a slump. Word to kill Wolfie. Wolfie steps forward. I was going to say that. Shane actually goes down first, and trying to break through that donut is so impossible when you've got both Snav and Fang both looking at you. What a ballsy move that Snav made.
Marsborne wins have came in scenarios where they have been strained. Getting info, have breezed by. They fly by into the B site. Marky gonna get traded initially out. It's so much damage that have been put onto this T side right here. And Marsborne, they are used to this by now. They are gonna surround here on the rotations. Grizz that's gonna have to work alone here, and I think that's starting to become a part of the problem. Him separated from the pack, and surprised gets that kill. Vincent survives, and a Molotov that could go ahead and spread to Shane. He survives because of the smoke.
Yeah, but he's not in a perfect location. Actually, he's just going to step away. They've got a molly. Slump's got that. Yeah, it's going to go down on the bomb. There's a smoke for Grizz, so they can extinguish. They do so.
Bottom just hopped on it. We're going to try and line this up with the spams, and Fang is going to do so. They have not got it. All you needed was Modem to just pick up and make a heads-up play, and the best they can look at is a tie game right here. Potential spam on a Marky. Doesn't actually hit home. Sounds like there's a single player here, and Viz just snaps, but you cut off 1 head, and 2 will take its place. Snap with a double right after that. Now that's a pickup.
I mean, it's just a little bit of an oversight. Somebody meant to be watching Shelf right there. It doesn't happen, and so both Grizz and his teammate Wolfie go down immediately thereafter. Viz and Chop. Chop often teed up as the closer, but he's going to have to do it alone. 1v4.
Yeah, this might be too much. The Rain Man, he will fade out of here, but we'll try and weather the storm. Maybe he has no other choice. Don't give him the chance. Slum should have him boxed up. Does all the way down.
It is the impact as well. That's a double towards mid that he facilitates last round.
Now this is a play that you can put respect on. Quickly off the line. They absolutely thrash you. Now getting info, sent back to the drawing board, but for how much can they make up? Snav knocked down to 25 here. He keeps ticking to go about it.
A really well-drilled opening gambit from Marsborne.
Lurk found.
That is the quintessential like Marsborne that we haven't really seen.
It should be all good here for a 5th. Nav and Shane have done enough here. They dwindle back and forth, even catching a ricochet in between. Grizz will form a flank if it takes so long. 7-5 half. All the way out here. Shane makes it a little bit harder for himself with the Molotov. Finally catches up to him on time. Marsborne, they're bringing the best at the end of the half.
He smokes. Molotov as well. Getting info should be left on the outside of this B attack. And they are. But a fair few pairs of dualies, and now Snav has the kit and the smoke for this retake. Flashbang should be prepped in addition.
You just get to see the full straight up aim duel right here. 5v5. Let's see who's got it the best right now. As Wolfie, he dawns back, and he's got to hit some shots from the ramp right here. As Viz, he lies as the anchor here, all the way down with the Molotov in case this goes bad. It may go to worse right here as Matum back all the way pressed against the corner. And now knives are out. Shane, he has just slid him all the way down. It's going to have to be Viz tracking on the way up because this smoke puts any hope out of this round. It is getting info that swing into the second half with some serious attitude, all at the brand of Shane with the 4K.
Some good shooting and a good flashbang sends him in. That kit gets him out.
Printing up this track right here, and now will be the stop. Marsborne, they don't want to go ahead and drop just because that was one hell of a pistol round finish. This Ancient that has some belief behind it because the ball's now in their court. And it's a good shot by Chop. It's now the bomb will be put down, the digits in by their IGL. Full HP. 2 kits that they got on this, and a problem that giving info are about to give Marsborne. No peek off that. Pop can't take this fight. He's so low. He sees the shadow. Slump, he's going to detect that. And these SMGs going to be the next in vain. Got to be better on the site. And Snap is going to chase you down. He's going to make this personal. 10-second defuse would be required by Snap, who goes Airsborne. Even gets his hands back on the kit and to the bomb in time. Getting info 2 in a row by the skin of their teeth to the bomb.
Oh, okay. Why,
Big moves
why
in
should I
Challenger
have
League.
known that? Why should I have known that?
You probably should have. The ham buddies everywhere. You see it next to Freshie on stage at all the events, but no Freshie in this tournament. Blue Jays have flown elsewhere. Molotov goes a little bit deeper, and now you're going to have to actually avoid this and try and threat it through on this A site. It just got bloody in here before, but that's not going to stop them. Shot. Got to connect another one here. Can't trace that one fully into the smoke, only when they come out. Slump and Snap back to back, and look at the HP. The man of the match is going to have to stand up with one hell of a play right here, as it does catch up to him after all. A single on the Galil, but now they are just going to exactly swarm on him, and they're not even going to give it a go. Monum that bounces back.
Even that's not enough. Slump refrags on to Chop immediately with a spam from elbow. It's just so frustrating the way that getting info are never letting Marsborne dictate anything. You know, it's an off angle like that.
What a timing here.
Yeah, crazy to see nothing. Now he's going to stick around, though, and now Chop might meet his demise because of it.
Or maybe Snap. Should he be expecting this? Does. Now fades away. Its eyes onto the bomb, but maybe not as I suppose. They're going to be a little bit slower right at the line here, but they don't have to be too quick and active to react all the way to Marsborne. They can take this slow and steady. They've won the race consistently here on the CT side.
Good mid-round from Wolfie. I didn't see what proc this, but they got some information. They sprint back towards A, and they get the bomb plant. Now getting info, the ones under pressure. The bomb's almost already halfway ticked. Plenty of kits, though.
They can just hit this up close and personal because the Tech 9s were designed just for this. Boxed out with a little bit more space right now, and it's Viz. He has to line up with the flank, and he's taking Slump down, but how large of a distraction can he cause? Has to cross that off the priority list because you're hopping onto the bomb, and now you're denied. No diffused protection from Shane that continued from that pistol round. And will Marsborne go? Maybe we should actually go on to the A site here. The bomb. It's on the back of Chop and has followed Monum all the way on. He holds on to this like an anchor. It's going to have to be golden exactly from Adam. It is not. He gets chopped all the way down. It's now Shane, Slump, and Fang that are going to have to figure things out. They cut down the manpower and almost connect to another, but it's Wolfie that will find you. It's Marsborne that are going to put this down tooth and nail and not see you back out of this thing. Everything kind of points to a save here, I feel like, but I mean, with this money, it's kind of go big or go home if you go for it.
I mean,
that's why you gotta go home.
That's just a really crucial missed opportunity from Slump. I mean, it's Ancient.
Asmoff look crazy
and started on T side, so I don't think it's like anything too crazy. But he has had a couple of missed shots there, and that's one of them. Really needed that in order to actually have a chance. Modem somehow goes down, and yet still Marsborne found a way to suss that out. Got for the late mid take in order to get themselves back over to A. That's really good stuff from Wolfie.
Gonna be a quick play down the ramp right here. Just eyeing it up. Slump finds Bottom. And now Shane sprints this down. Doesn't normally lose those. That's characteristic, though, of Slump. Doubles up. And he's not letting anything up right here. Trying to land back on the spams, but in 30 seconds, all of Marsborne's plan thrown right out the window.
Yeah, they made a brick wall. Erected over at this B bomb site. I think that Marsborne, it's understandable. I like that they're trying to kind of play a little bit more pacey off that. Wolfie gonna break in. Grizz still here, so hold on a moment.
Snap, he's got a 5-7, and at the perfect range, Wolfie's got something for you. Whipping out the 180, and now it's gonna have to be Grizz carrying this down. 1v1. How has this gotten so back more for Marsborne? They were the ones threatened right on this side. Reloading on that AK. And there's so much room in between two of the sharpest in North America right here. And they're trying to bide their time. They're trying to bide their space. All the way up. They're just going to briefly just exchange this, and Fang should read this. Not to be fooled. He knows there's only so many places that Grizz can get off to. And not picked up. There's no kit in sight. It's going to go deeper on the Molotov, and you don't actually have to peek this. It's one out here by Grizz. A 9th round on the board, and the Opry collected. If he wants it. He has it.
There you go. Going to make life pretty difficult getting info this time. They're playing respectful of it.
There's a big shot. And Modem, that is huge. One more behind. Fang doesn't find the repeat from anybody else. He'll go ahead and take his one.
No smokes for this.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually 2 versus 4. You get this back on the bomb site. Numbers just don't add up. Shane, he's going to subtract you anyway. He's the divider. He's trying to punish even further. Shane, what the hell of a merger. This main is slaying everything in the site right now. Marsborne are so far lean to be.
I mean, it's basically no other option. They're going to toss out the requisite utility to go in now. Slump dismantled, and he's got to move with that up, and it's so difficult to do so. There's that entry duty that you've been talking about for Modem.
Love that.
And I would agree with you, man. He can be very deadly at it. He's done it in his past, and he does it again. Supported by some good bits of utility. 3v5 seems like the type of situation that you're just going to walk away from. But Fang continues to step forward.
The old MP9 is coming through. Yeah, see you later, alligator. Viz looking the wrong way. Rather, that's Chop on the ramp. And yeah, Viz out of that conversation in that same vein. Don't you dare make this possible. But Fangs makes things possible. He has to just fade away now right behind that smoke because the 11 HP will not took for him. It is the op recover now for Grizz. If he will be able to get far away. What an effort there by getting info, who drained the pockets of Marsborne, and that is so damn significant.
But it's slow with regard to the information that getting info are currently working with.
Bang, automatic on that peak. A momentary notice and playing around with the nades. Grizz should chase him down. This has been a rivalry all throughout Ancient. Grizz and Fang lining up in these 1v1 fights. Adam Golden with the betterment of it this time. Snap walking around this unit and has seen to so much attention back towards house. And with an SMG, could be just so favored for this fight, but it's returned. And right now, they know at least the information of Grizz here. What the hell is that headshot out of Stab, collecting at least a man advantage back for getting info.
Viz has so much space. Viz
crazy.
Is incredibly prepared. Shane, Chop's gone down without anything there. He had such a power position in that moment, but Viz, now he has to get a kill before he throws his smoke. Needs to do something.
He could do anything, but he does nothing. It's just a travesty. And now the IGL is going to have to take care of it all by himself. But as I mentioned, you know, it just shows how heavy those exits were. And potentially paying off way better for this side. Well, you meet fire with fire. You try and get this down. And Viz, he's going to try and cool the path. But now it's Shane that does. It actually puts up another multi-kill. Modem's got to match it. He lifts the bar a little bit further. It was Viz in this positioning last time that did not succeed. Well, he feels another one outside of that smoke. A great response by Marsborne. That is full of confidence.
Marsborne break their way out with a punchy attack towards B, extinguish the Molotov, and surprise, getting info immediately. Marsborne, a team that you and I both know, very capable in overtime.
I see a new animation with that guy in the nade of the hands. The little things, Vinny. Right now, it's going to have to be a big put out here from Marky as they do streak into this. He's getting info that had the lease on this map for 24 rounds. It's Marsborne telling them to extend it right here. You want to go further into OT. And Wolfie going to plant this bomb. It's going to have to be a huge crawl and a put out from Chop as a smoke that will just protrude and interrupt his process. And now you have a 3v3. There's going to be nothing on the other side of Cave here, but it's what lurks. It's what they don't know about that's going to take so much time. It's Modern that's going to fend off Snap for a minute, so much so that they sent Shane back just to support with Slump out of CT. And they do get a little bit more room and put the smoke on the bomb. And Shane has to defuse. He just wants to tap on it once. He's got that kit, so he's gonna get back on. Modem trying to find the space, but it is denied. No need to extend that lease here in this Ancient. We are good. It is all 24 that will be needed for getting info. It's a 13-11. Actually, I mean, where they were working so hard for a lot of those rounds, I think there's a lot of character to be had for Marsborne, especially at the back end of that Ancient. They were shooting so hard, it was Shane that practically won that map all the way out for here for getting info. So you're getting into the cut here, and the bomb is down, and so they've got to keep tricking along for this. It's a 3 versus 5 and make it down to the last 2. It's Modem that has to square up here with multiple targets. Rather, that is Wolfie, and he is going to be leaving Modem alone. It's perfect coverage onto the bomb, and Marky will just stop you. Getting info will get off on the hot hand in Marsborne's map pick. LAG train Marsborne game that was put out there, and I mean, where a red flag shows for me is Viz has a lot to do. He plays the E-box position out there. Wolfie absolutely dumps him. I'm talking about stuff that's going to happen on the CT side, but I mean, it's what Paladin talked about as Wolfie continues to rack them up. It's just the brains versus the bronze. The brains is showing his bronze right now. Wolfie got 2 of those headshots all the way back to back and is causing a stir here at back 6.
And I think this is why Train's such a go-to map for Marsborne is, you know, all of that conversation that Paladin was having about, you know, maybe some individually lackluster performances from Wolfie. I think that is rarely the case on Train, whereas, you know, there's certainly some truth to that on all the other maps. So Bottom's going to get a bomb plant off that, and that's all thanks to Wolfie taking so much space over at Ivy.
Still got 2 Deagles online. Maybe more where it came from on Wolfie's end. Snab slips through and gets a double, has to find it. Montum has to have a tight turnaround onto Snab.
Going to be Shane and Slump, though, in defense, and they're calling in the reinforcements.
There's 4 players here for getting info, and Fang, he's got a triple here as he rotates in outside of Z and using that new coverage added in the patch yesterday to perfection. He goes down in the exchange. 14 seconds and just enough time here for Grizz to get a comfortable save here under Heaven.
I mean, still some concerns about the fact that, like, they're, you know, still playing with a sub, or, you know, I'm going to assume a sub for right now.
It's Fang.
Yeah, it is.
And Fang is goated. Snap joined last week. Don't know how the hell this is happening, but what goes around comes around. And Monum, he has got the start of the round. This is a beautiful...
He certainly does look comfortable in some of these. Set up with a flashbang, teed, and he knocks it out of the park. Well, that's bad news for Snap.
Oh.
Or not.
Caster Curse. Working in real time. Grizz, see you later, pal. Shane rotates over from B, and he's got a good shot. I think he's going to need to get back home soon, as this B side is wide open and might be a sore wound for getting info soon.
Fang's getting there fast, though. He's going to try and expose Shane. He stayed alive, though, this whole time, thanks to that smoke. But Fang gets into position. He is.
Oh, man. Lined it up here, but how does he find that on a Modem? Now that sits right outside of this smoke, and Fizz is going to use this. Shane gives Snav an audio cue, and the pushing player caught out. All down to Wolfie. Shannon, Snav, and Shane, a duo that is long in the details, separated briefly. Snav back from boss and yet to die here in the Getting Info jersey. Now he is going to be gone. Shane got to play this one and flex his brawn, but it is going to be huge. Out from Wolfie, who equips the Glock and will connect, and now at the first on the board.
Early pick, and he gets out. That was a 5-on-3, Mark. Marsborne had the 1v2 clutch to win.
Now being held, but now passes by. Surprise out from Wolfie, holding on that case. Rounding the safe site, but where can they actually get an indent? Marsborne, even with the man advantage, now Matum being melted. 1 whole minute to figure this out.
I don't think more time necessarily creates opportunities, but it does like Getting Info. Go searching. And that's exactly what they've done on every single aspect of this A site. They looked and they found not what they were looking for, but what was there. The only thing was waiting AKs, ready to shoot back fast.
And the angle slightly changed here. Gets to re-smoke all the way down on, and that angle will actually expose his position. So Shane gonna be just mobbed down. There were so many lines that Marsborne were trying to get in front of, and that was the line of scrimmage. So as far as the B side is concerned, Marsborne have it and have every inch of space until Snap just sprints out of the smoke and just shows that he's better, and they got the numbers here also. They're clearing this out bit by bit, and look at how far away they are, Vincent. They're gonna have to don this back from backhaul.
That smoke, I think, just tossed onto the bomb as well. Tragedy. One flashbang. Snap blinded. Fang the same. Wolfie holds the line. Now Snap, that's not covering the bomb, and Wolfie's got another at range. That slump on the box.
Got Slump alongside him. Spoke about him being underutilized on that first map. Well, you know, you're on round 10 of train here, and he's only got 5 frags in the seat to the side, holding the AWP. Well, he's gonna have to hold on to this B site now, as he's the only member that can. This nade should have Viz, but I think the damage has been done from that white floor. Viz has gotten a double. Marky just passed that utility, and he has got a kill that will insert Getting Info back in this round. Modem right now, he's gonna be dropped without due process right now. Might be chopped. Mirandize the rest of Getting Info right here, as they are just dishing in back and forth between this coverage. That Fang, again, just freezes in a tie game right here. Back on the tracks are Getting Info. But obviously, 1-6 scoreline ain't nothing to be too unimpressed about. He'll get his chance. Not a guy you need to be worried about particularly. 14-5. One of his cohorts. Marky to just try and continue. Now that is one hell of an opener from Fizz. This is what we were looking for. They get to pour into the site right here, and he is just gonna mantle and try and climb up the ladder to go. But it is Snap to get humbled by Matum right there. Trying to catch him off guard. Won't exactly do so. Caught slipping in the back lines, but I think that's all that they will monster up to catch. They are all here in this target, so it would take another miracle here. Maybe Shane to finally get involved. This could be the time to shine.
Could be, but I'm thinking probably not. He does have a molly. That could go to Olaf. That's exactly where it's going to head, but it doesn't spread. Modem's on an off angle. It's checked, though. Now there's a way back in. Time is ticking.
Grizz actually taken out by the Opera right here. So you're going to have to pivot, and now all down to Slump. And he is going to be put to rest. Quite an effort there. You're going to have to actually acknowledge the tenacity.
Yeah, he's having a good one. You know, a couple of rounds now in a row that he's actually found entries towards A, towards B as well. He had a good ancient in addition to that. Marsborne's T side shines bright.
And you get his one right now. Make it up for a little bit of a slip here all the way down. A timing given up onto A, and They want to put their flag in the ground for a 7-5. Now this is a familiar duo again, but up to retake here at the back of the A site. Shane about to have a silent put out in the half. It's a 2-7 scoreline he's currently rocking with. And now with this bomb going to be just put down, he's going to be the loudest voice here first. And right now, he's going to be singing a damn fine tune on E-Box. He's going to find a clean kill. Shane here with no hit on the back is going to have to try and find a 3-2-1 peak, but I'm afraid that the numbers will just force you out. That's just math right here, as it's 2 out on top of the 5, and that's the lead for Marsborne coming out of the first. I mean, that's what we basically prompted the same question of Viz right here. Can he do it without the help of these other players, of Grizz, of Chop? Because right now they're missing. They're still doing well. Well, right now it's up to both these players who are the front lines on B, and they at least get their entries up to a 2v2. You're going to need some help from this A site.
Shane set up for success. He's got the close range. He needs to get the 1 kill, and he does damage. Fang's P250 is already significantly tagged up. Not got a lot. 1 bullet's all that's required, but missing the mark. There it is, Viz. We'll shut it down. Everyone gets a piece. I just have the question of how this is going to look.
Stop. He's going to be right around this, and he sees a trio. He can't get one. Gonna be 56 and 28 health. He results, but that is not gonna be a body dropped, because here goes one of the weakest links, and he's doing the most right now. A strong output from getting info right here, and it is too much weight to bear out here for Motsum and Grizz, who are gonna be just backing away together, getting info. All they need, up by 2 right now, and threatening onto this B lane. But look at this impending flank. Viz here can see 3 heads, and he's got 2 out here at the 5-7 in 1 foul swoop. Shane has got that down on the chops. That's the anchor gone right here. But Motsum, he still holds on. He is yet to be seen. But they are going to get revisited up top before this rug is pulled. Likely no choice but to have to go out B here and try and just deal with the facts, face the music. Faces Viz first.
Yeah, I mean, that slowdown is actually perfect. With Motsum down, there's nobody left on the site. He's got the big gun, but he's gone.
Goodness.
Wolfie is now alone. And at range, Simpy 9 can be good against the lesser HP, but Fang's got all his health.
No way, man. Bang, that pulls that down. It's one hell of a recovery, and
follow that up, and then it's a back and forth to end the half. Now getting info. Take stock of the situation and break through even after losing the pistol.
Bang, he's going swinging for the hills, and he's got Viz. It's obviously a little bit of recent history there. The whole PA endeavor that went down 7 months ago split up the project. Viz had to just walk in after that and help out. A PA legend himself. I remember when I was asking Grizz about the pickup of the roster, that's how he described it to me. Exactly, actually. PA legends who he hinted they were picking up, and he is nothing but. He will try and move forward and continue the party out here, but unfortunately, Chop gets no set invitation.
Poor Chop is getting cooked right now. It's just like, what can you even do? Shane playing with such incredible aggression and confidence. To take that fight and send it, it hurts. Chop surprised once again, and Marsborne, after 2 entry endeavors going correctly, they try to save the 3 remaining rifles. But they're not even going to get a chance to hold on to 3 of them. Only one of them left, and that's Motsum, who, let's just say, the walls are closing in around him as we speak.
Suffocating feeling, really. Even if you do have one last breath. Got a feeling here that Snav isn't going to go on a predictable timing. Inches away from just being sent all the way out. Snav, right aside from Shane. He was looking all the way towards Olaf right there, but they're going to get taken care of, and that's the bomb drops now. It is the front end of this defense that is showing up so boldly. And right here at E-Box, all the way held between 25 and ticking, getting info. well, they got enough in the bank to give anything a go at this point. So Marky sees himself out and finds a one and then done. Nothing here for Fang. He goes out empty-handed, and Slump will try and just stay in hell stranded 1v3, and we'll see if he gets faced. Does take out Viz on the way, but hopefully just has enough luggage now.
Yeah, he's grabbed his one, step away. Wolfie's up, stays the same. Sure, 2 players here, but there's no push elsewhere. So Marsborne aren't certain of this. They have so much utility for this exec. They go.
Oh no, Chop has got nothing. It's gonna have to be a multi here from Wolfie. 3 at a minimum, honestly, 2 good enough. At a 3v3 right now. Modem gonna be right on the other side of this lip from Shane, who sees as a linchpin in the setups right now as he's the first removed. And right now, Snap will try and make up for a little bit of a lost positioning. This is an opportunity that, unfortunately, they've lent up with a little bit of dust. And right now, it's going to be on to Slump, who have commented so far, who's been out of the limelight without many lines in this script. Well, guess what? He is going to steam into a couple minutes of screen time and have quite a damn impact. He'll be up for an Academy Award after that. A 1v3 for Slump as getting info. That might be their beating heart to succeed. Deserve another twist. Utility sent. When Famas is mollied out and it is sniffed. They've just found this. And the A site, it's going to be hit up here, but 30 seconds. And Marsborne going to be scrambling, getting info. With this type of time, they can't be miffed. Shane gonna have so much to do right now as he is a single soul right outside, and he smokes C. That's probably the largest of his impact as he gets a kill. Snap, he's panicking. He needs to get that onto Bottom, but that presents Wolfie with an opportunity. 12 in ticking. Grizz, he needs to be somewhere. They're in this C. 8 in counting. They are popping out. It is Bottom that finds it. Marky to get the response, but Grizz, he's chasing along the way, and now needs to get this all the way down. Swaps to another M4 with no kit on his back. It's gonna have to have the clue. Grizz, so much expectation of the star power on this roster and how he has to shine the brightest. Well, right now it might be Marky, it might be Slump, who are just avoiding so close. He's found a kit in this process, so it gets a little bit easier. But as they split him apart, they are just toying with him. How diabolical is this? You are poisoning the process here, and it's Slump yet again to leave his signature. 12 rounds by getting info land first on Marsborne's home map. Marsborne attended that land in Canada and grinded themselves up right here with 1 sub in the wings with them, Vincent, and 35 to tick. Grizz has got another on this Hamas. He's got 3 reasons why this thing may not end here. But Vincent, 30 seconds has avoided the process. They still got the bomb down last time. Slump has found Grizz.
Oh.
Slump, what are you doing, my friend? Don't you end it like this.
Shane has just a single flash. Slump, not a lot of HP, but they're both coming from the same position. Shane's got a look. Shane's got confirmation. Even more than that, it's all up to the Opper. A young man that you probably never heard of until last year. Who can pull this off. Missed shot and a 360 for Chop to put some style points on the recovery, but the Grizz
Cleans it up well. Getting info. We're going to be refreshing on this par, but we were looking for the Opper to make his difference in this series, and it's when it matters the most. It's at the bleeding end. It was Chop that was ran boost to his death. He was fast into B, and that is a cut at the neck right now. Getting info, practically served an opening kill on a platter, but right now, the next best part of this project, the next course, is going to be served so clean. It is Wolfie out of it, and right now it's at least a pristine response for the matter only of time. Getting info, give it to Marsborne, 13-10, unless Grizz has a 1v3. But I look into my crystal ball, and I just don't see that happening. Getting info with a date with Destiny with M80.
Grizz, 2 1v2s. In the previous map, he's had slow starts, but 3 kills in the last round. He needs that number here and now. No kit included and shot in the side of the head. It is that Destiny. It is getting info. And they tango forward to that date with M80 that you just talked about. Marsborne eliminated